that you can indeed. It's just a question of well, they want to look to pair the Marcia. Of course, Samei being the position 3. There's a lot of the initiators. Doesn't play too much of the ranged offlaners, so...
Yeah, came to see what happens. It has... I always have to have a quick check. The Razor has not been banned, so is that set to come out? It's a fairly decent pairing together with a Marcy as well. I wonder if who's going to, like, find the counter to that. To me, the counter to that is, like, not that you really buy the BKB piercing abilities, but just something to stop him in his tracks. Just wait out the Eye of the Storm, try and kite him around, and it's really difficult to do because, of course, he's got insane movement speed. But just something like, I don't know, a Fiend's Grip or something like that might fare you pretty well, just to hold him in place, even if he does go down that BKB route, and if you're lacking in stuns to be able to counter that too.
Did we see the Razor over the weekend for the Pro Series, or is it you're just mentioning because it's kind of going through the scene at the moment with people talking about it?
It's a bit of both. I think we've seen it a couple of times, and it does seem incredibly strong. I think it's being played more on the Americas side, but I really still feel that it's busted if you are banning out the right heroes against it. I think another great hero against it could be Death Prophet. Death Prophet with the Exorcism popped, Razor just wants to stay on top of people, right? And you're only really using one spell against it. You use the Spirit Siphon, you stay on top of him. Sure, he might drain your mana, but drain your damage, but you're probably going to be doing more damage back in return. So that's what I'm expecting to see as one of these big counters if the Razor starts to rise to a little bit more prominence.
You get the Sven picked up for Purple Paradox, so I guess the Warcry is going to give them some protection against the eventual physical damage we'll see Lilgun play with to kind of combine with the tag team, and well, there's kind of one of those heroes in the Lone Druid.
Interesting to see that they went even further down the route of physical damage, right? When the Sven's been picked up. Obviously, it's still great against the Visage Familiars, against the Tusk. It might force the Tusk to be played as more of a support. Like, you could very well just run, for example, Clockwork, Lone Druid, Visage Tusk, and they've still got their mid laner yet to come. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the way that they chose to go, and then picked up even something like an Invoker for the mid lane wouldn't super surprise me for Lilgun, just because you could provide the alacrity over to the bear, over to one of the familiars. You've got a nice Dispel for the Ember Spirit to most likely win the lane. I really wouldn't hate to see it.
10 seconds remaining.
Definitely
Sunstrike setups as well with the Clockwork.
5 seconds
would help a lot with their
team ban.
kind of ball potential as well. Just give everything to the Druid and just go. There's that Razor ban as well, nice call. Even the Viper's getting banned out as the 3. So
I'm surprised it lasted that long, the other Razor, to be honest. So with Purple Paradox, they need something that's going to deal damage early on, that's going to be able to counter this Lone Druid. No one seems to be on board with it. I love Underlord. I think Underlord is really good at just stalling this pushing power. It's going to be great against the Visage, lots of damage over time. You lock people in place so you can't get off the snowball. You reduce a lot of the mobility on the Clockwork. And again, you're against 2 strength heroes and a Lone Druid Bear, which has pretty high HP once you get into the later stages. So I think Underlord could really be the stalling potential that they want for Samei.
Only a couple of seconds left here for the last pick on Purple Paradox. We'll see what we get.
Sniper.
Do you think they ran out of time?
Yeah, I do, kind of.
That went really, really late. Unless this is an off-lane Marcy and a support sniper. I'm opening the chat just to see if there's any talks going on. Okay, there's nothing. No oh no's going on here.
10 seconds remaining.
Maybe it's a 4 sniper. Who knows?
Could be a support. Support Sven probably makes.
But then, yeah.
I don't know.
But then where's the Ember go? Where's the sniper go? I'm thinking it's 1 Sven, 5 silencer, 4 sniper,
Choose your hero.
3 Marcy, 2 Ember Spirit. Sparko Marcy. So it's a 4 Marcy. Where's that sniper? That's what I want to know.
Oh, that's a carry sniper. Okay. Support Sven. Support silencer as well.
Had a good lane? Like, you're running 2 melee heroes into a Slark. That seems like... No, it's a 3 Sven. All right, then. We'll see how this one turns out. Hopefully... I mean, Purple Paradox, they've really gotten themselves a lot of fans. maybe not necessarily this group of players, because obviously we've got a bunch of stand-ins today, but I mean, 2 of them have already been poached by Neon. Neon picking up 2 of them for their DPC contesting roster. So obviously there's a lot of talent in the Mongolian region. I'm not so certain about this draft, though. What do you think?
Definitely is a very interesting draft, isn't it?
Mhm.
I must also say I don't particularly like the Slark pick on Lilgun. I feel like I don't know if it really fits well with their lineup. I think I really dislike Purple Paradox's lineup even more though, but I'm just kind of seeing the reason why they tried to pick the Slark. Must be very comfortable in the hero. But it's a hero who does kind of struggle to ball up early, and I think that's kind of what you want to do on the side of Lilgun. So I'm very intrigued on the Slark's role this game.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think any time that you're in a lane where it's going to be 2 melee heroes, you want something like the Slark that's going to be able to contest against that. So I don't hate it in that regard, but again, it's not like there are any outside of the silencer. There aren't really any super killable heroes, you know? Like you're there to dominate the lane and maybe get a few pickoffs and start to build up those essence shift stacks. But I like the sniper pick a lot. I think sniper's going to be great against this because, you know, you've got the concussive grenade. You can get out of the God, all these tips. Out of the ice shards, out of the cogs, you're going to be able to defend high ground really easily. Even tier 2s, you know, you're going to be at that point where you're going to be able to stay on the back lines against shrapnel. Damage over time is great against a Visage, so I could see it working, and it did solve a bit of their damage issue that I was talking about them potentially having. Can they see them inside the pit right now with the Observer Ward on the left-hand side of the jungle? Doesn't seem like it.
They did see them place that high ground ward though, so they are well aware. They need the double right click. There we go. Easy done. Easy D ward.
Yeah, they see Silencer moving back into the pit, so I wonder if they're going to make a bit of a beeline over for Moody here.
Oh, nice shots from Ace. Simultaneous jump in though for the northern side though. Says starting to fall incredibly low, but Velky will go down first and the Clockwork can just pivot away. Now they can get back over to Sparko as 11 lands the Soul Ascension to find 2 kills to start.
And again, Seth did this thing that I really love. You know, he gets the gank off immediately. What's the first thing he does? Eat a tango. He knows that that little bit of regen, especially super early on before these secondary abilities are coming up, is going to be the difference maker there. And he gets away on barely any HP, not giving up the first blood and netting Lilgun that first 2 kills of the game.
Who did get first blood? Oh, it was 4-2-3
Lone Druid.
against
Yep,
his
already in a
counter
really
matchup as
favorable
well.
lane. Mm-hmm.
Oh. So what did he go for? He went a Blightstone
Lots
just
of
to
stats.
start.
No, look at the Druid himself.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant with the the bonus gold.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just harassing him from afar right now. Bringing back the ranged Lone Druid.
Interesting, interesting.
I mean, any chance that you can get. It's kind of similar to the sniper build, right? Why it dominates against the Ember Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Already using this resummon on the bear. That was kind of early, don't you think?
It was a bit early indeed. Top lane, what we got? See, Sparko going down 11 and Ace once again. So, all right, off to a pretty good start here is Mr. Lilgun.
Oh, it's a Mister now, is it?
Sure. Unlock. Sniper might go down as well. Soul Assumption not going to be enough. I believe he popped the stick at the last second, so we see how much damage they're able to put out. And Sparko is forced to run back to the lane as well, so they're not going to have the Marcy for a little bit longer as well if Lilgun want to try and make another attempt.
And you can already see he's got the Infuse Raindrops queued up. I'd be surprised if Unluck didn't as well. Yeah, you can see him. He's already got it purchased there. But right now, he just needs to be able to secure some of those last hits. It's all well and good to not die, but if you're just existing in the lane, soaking up a bunch of experience, but not actually increasing that net worth, it's just as bad.
Meanwhile, other side lane, Purple Paradox running the off-lane Sven up against the Slark carry. You were expecting this to be a pretty good matchup. Do you feel like it might be a little bit different now, though, that they kind of put the Silencer up here and the Marcy down bottom?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they just wanted to dodge that double melee lane, essentially. And so while the Silencer isn't exactly the most traditional position for, it's what was required if they just wanted to get out of this laning stage in a decent spot.
Once Sez able to find the boots and potentially second point in battery assault, then Moody's always going to have to be cautious about this Clockwork's position.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you're always going to be in a bit of a rough spot when you're going up against this, against Silencer, one of those squishier heroes in the game. Not great movement speed, pretty terrible strength gain as well, and no escape potential either. So someone like a Clockwork, especially once he hits up onto level 3, I really think that's the point where Seth's going to get a lot more aggressive in this lane.
Does look like Sniper's still continuing to struggle though in this bottom lane. Only 7 last hits at the moment here for the carry on Purple Paradox. Not having the easiest time at all, and the lane's not going to get any easier as well as Ace.
Oh no!
Looks to try and snowball in Sparkle though. Doesn't get too much distance away from the Sniper disposed, and that's going to cost him his life as 11 already up to a killing spree. Top lane though. Might look to get some revenge across the map. CMA and Moody in combination together. Stop that attempt from Say being able to deny himself to the neutrals.
I really thought he was going to try and toss the Tusk back over the top of the ice shards next to the tower and make it a lot harder for him to escape with the shrapnel, but instead just brings his own Sniper closer to death's door.
This is already an Orb Corrosion completed for 423. It's going to get really scary now that you have the root online for this Lone Druid. Sniper again might go down. This time not enough, and they get a return kill. Okay, fighting on top of the shrapnel. Level 2 is never the easiest time at all, so at least they're able to find something.
Yeah, getting a little low on the mana as well for 11. Let's have a quick look at what he's got coming out on the courier for himself, and it's just a clarity and a buckler, so obviously you need to start progressing towards that Vlad's. He's got the Ring of Basilius, which helps with that passive regen, but you're not really in a situation where you could be spamming out that Soul Assumption anymore, especially now with both of them having raindrops on this bottom side, so I think Purple Paradox have gotten past the super scary point of this lane. Gotta get some pulls happening though. This wave is far too much close to the Lilgun tower. That small camp block still existing there, so Sparko, he's going to make his move there, but it's going to be a little bit too late.
Oh. Hopefully it goes back to unblocker. Top lane, Moody. Sucking aside the cogs for the moment. Chill. We'll be able to have the damage thanks to the second point of the Dark Pact.
423 is doing a great job mid. He's praying for this root to come through, but the Bears hit about 4 dimes without a single proc of it. A little unfortunate there. Gives him the resummon though, with the level 5 being hit, so big HP boost coming through for the Spirit Bear.
There's one
There we
root.
go. Finally gets it. He's trying to get the kill before the Ember Spirit hits level 6, and he should be able to land it.
Yes, he will indeed. Meanwhile, some kills across the map as well as Ace. They might be able to chase him down. Another shrapnel if they want to continue under the tower, but they're probably happy with the kill they've already got and stopping 11's killing spree.
He's a full level ahead now on this Lone Druid in the mid lane. Unfortunately, no siege creep to be able to play around with. I think that's why Valky ended up dying, is that he put a lot of emphasis onto taking that out so that if there was a situation where he was pushed out of the lane, he wouldn't have a ton of damage being done to his own tower.
We also see across the map that, oh, top lane Trill will end up going down. Same held the Stormhammer just after the Dark Pact. There's going to be no escape for the Slark. They've kept this catapult wave alive as well, and simultaneously at the other side of the map, another kill picked up for the Sniper, so he's starting to stabilize what was looking like a really tricky lane.
Yeah, I think Valky was also able to get a kill onto the Spirit Bear too, so nice little bit of gold coming through his way. It's still over a 1k advantage for 423 in this lane. He's playing exceptionally well, but you can just see that it's going to be so much harder for him to get these kills now that that Fire Remnant's available. Just trying to put the harass on though, while there is no Spirit Bear available. Yeah, you just see the difference, right? As soon as that those raindrops are out, as soon as you... Oh, that would have been a kill onto a Visage. Might still be, but the reduced range on the rebound for sure brings him back to a whole lot more safety.
So they made TPs into 3 heroes. This is a pretty beefy man with that Warcry and Strength Treads. It's not going to be easy to bring down the Sven. and making a decent chunk of damage at the moment. Finally going to be able to get a root out. Sparko will TP in. Let's see if he can protect the Sven for long enough, but it's not going to be the case. Velky's putting a lot of attention to bring down the bear. They might go for the real hero instead. Remnant on forward. Out of mana is going to be Velky though, so he's stuck inside the cogs. Won't even be able to get the clockwork as well, it looks like. As Lilgun bring multiple members to be able to secure that kill onto Seimei Sven.
And Lone Druid barely gets away. You can see there, as long as he gets that bear resummon, he's going to have that shared lifesteal coming through. So immediately going to be back to full HP. Nice gank save coming through there from Lilgun. It's a little bit worrisome, though, that they just moved away completely from this top side of the map. Seimei was doing a great job against Trill, but with this, he's going to have the wave pushing into the tower, lots of experience and gold being lost, and Trill just gets to hit his level 6 and move back to the jungle. Now he's got that out if the lane again looks a little bit more troublesome.
So he's going to be able to flash farm, work towards that Echo Saber for the Slark. Mid lane. Velky once again could be in trouble. Gonna Remnant behind the tower. They're still happy to oblige the dive, but it's like a little bit hesitant though. Don't have much vision to play around.
These roots though, Moody might end up falling down, but
they might go for
the root
Velky
on
instead.
Stiaba's
And
even better.
oh my god! And now they go for Moody afterwards. Oh, they're gonna have some really big Lone Druid issues soon.
They will, and that's one of those situations where Sparko, you know, he's a manager of a pro team, but he's not a regular player on a pro team. He was just spending his time walking around, getting a few D wards off, and standing behind the sniper. They had vision of a bunch of heroes playing around that mid lane because of their own ward, and so he probably should have been there to be able to get the save off, especially when they're diving the tower like that.
Well, they
Should be able to get this bear at least.
I don't think they'll get 4-2-3 though.
Alright.
Bunch of 500 health gonna be given back over. Another round of the shrapnel's available, and 4-2-3 will go down.
Not sure if the smoke's going to help all that much there.
No, I don't think as well. And, well, the smoke gone, and also his life.
Very, very odd start to this game. You know, lots of little mistakes that, I mean, maybe they're just having a little bit of fun. Lilgun underestimating the team with Sparko on it, just because, you know, they're used to giving him a little bit of shit. That's what players typically do with their coach or their manager. They're like, if you were good enough, you'd be playing. But I mean, they're kind of bringing back what was a pretty lousy laning stage, and the past 5 minutes or so feels like it's been all purple Paradox.
Might be able to get another kill into 11 here, yeah. God Strength along with Sparko's ultimate of the Unleash, and Sparko gets a little bit of revenge with how rough this bottom lane was looking.
I'd be asking for the rest of the boys to tip him back as well. He was targeted in that pregame.
Yeah, they definitely made sure he was aware that he was not going to be going up against any friendly people in this game.
Mm-hmm. So both mid towers gone, and one safe lane tower gone. So in terms of map control, a little bit ahead on Lilgun's side, which you would expect them to be, given the lineup that they've drafted. Visage plus Lone Druid, very, very solid at being able to secure these towers. Really, right now they're just playing for... Feels like they're going for the Wraith Pact timing again on the Visage, and I guess it makes sense this game. You know, you got 3 cores, maybe even 4 if you count the Marcy, that are heavily physical damage oriented. So this is the sort of draft where it could work, but you got to be mindful that Marcy's just going to be prioritizing Unleash to be able to take out that Wraith Pact.
Smoke's gonna get popped. Still Sparko. They don't have an idea of where he is at the moment, so he's gonna be able to jump on over and we'll get an easy kill set. Just a bit of a deep expedition into Purple Paradox's jungle.
It's good that they're getting these kills, especially, you know, with the scaling potential of the sniper always feels nice, but my big concern is, like, what a Lilgun getting in exchange. It just feels like they're approaching this timing where they're going to be incredibly scary. You know, Slark's got the Echo Saber flying out to him now. He's working into the Diffusal Blade. Probably around the timing of Slark hitting that Diffusal plus the Mjolnir coming out for Lone Druid is when they're really going to want to commit fully with the drums as well on 11.
They are bleeding a couple kills across the map, though, on Lilgun. This is another support that's going to go down.
Do they matter? Do they matter? I don't think they matter.
I think... No, I think you're right. I don't think they matter, because they're not getting objectives out of them, but...
Exactly.
But
no objectives,
I don't think...
and they're just supports, and all of the cores are farming at the same time.
Does that kill stop them from doing anything, though? That death, I should say?
But what would they want to do? You know, I mean, sure, they've got the Vlad's, sorry, the Wraith Pact right now, but what's really achievable? Do you think that they're comfortable enough to go tier 2s just yet in mid or bot? I don't really think so. Maybe they could go for the tier 1 top just because they've got a Tusk lineup and could be able to take Roshan off the back of a successful team fight.
Ooh.
They went for that kill on the Slark, didn't they?
They did
Just got
indeed,
the
and
pounce off in time.
now they're coming. Look at this smoke though from Dire. In fact, they're gonna go to the triangle instead. They'll catch the sniper unaware of this maneuver. A great smoke coming out from Lilgun, being able to bring down the position 1, and now they can look to defend top. They've got to get there fast enough to protect Trill, who will go for a TP out on the cover of the Shadow Dance. Let's see if they want to fight now on Lilgun. It's going to be a 3-on-4, so they won't have the numbers advantage, and they will back off at the moment.
Oh, no, they won't. This is Lilgun we're talking about, and this is Purple Paradox. They want to fight. They want to run into each other.
Let's see what 4-2-3 can
Javelin
do.
as well picked up.
Starts with a Savage Roar, moves over towards Velky. The chain control needs to be perfect, and in fact, Sparko jumps in to be able to cut this in half. Beautifully done from the support. And now it's just 4-2-3 with the bear. I mean, Trill's nearby, but the Slark is not in fighting shape just yet.
The Visage has shown up. They're trying to bait him in with the resummon.
Let's see if they can, though. Wraith Pack's going to be laid down to help with the damage mitigation. 4-2-3 is incredibly tanky. They're going to look to try and kite the members and deal with the supports first. That's where a lot of the damage is coming out early. They'll be able to do so with ease and now turn their attention over to Seimei. It looks like the Sven will be able to scurry away.
Kind of does lend justification to what I was saying before, right? They're not just ready right yet, you know? Like, if they had the diffuser blade, they could stop those escapes from happening. If they had the Visage there from the very beginning with his level 12, with the full drums, they could chase very easily. You know, you didn't have the Maelstrom even proccing all throughout that team fight. So it really felt like they got a kill, which is nice, but I would have felt a lot more confident if they just used the Lone Druid's power to start smacking into that
Velky.
tier 1 tower. It doesn't have backdoor.
Slide into the Remnant, but the pounce from Trill's on the
great
mark.
pounce.
They could be able to use the cogs as well to push him away for extra control, but it actually blocks Trill into the meat grinder. Shrapnel laid down, but he just gets the pounce over to the cliff line, so Trill will be able to escape.
Great pounce, though, coming through by Trill, just predicting that movement coming through exactly when he was going to be using that Fire Remnant. So, again, they're just delaying things a little bit, but again, it's only a support that dies for the cause. They might be going in onto Valky here, but looks like he'll be able to get away in time. Alright, drums picked up. I still want that level 12 on 11, and because they didn't prioritize their farming in that stage and going for kills that didn't end up working out, they're going to have this siege creep that probably isn't going to be effectively used. You know, they won't be able to push together with this huge timing that they've got, and I feel like Purple Paradox realize this. They want to make sure they get a kill onto the Visage, stop him from hitting onto his level 12. Good positioning by Seth, though.
Pops the smoke and gets out with his own life. Seimei still trying to move on over to the east side, edging closer and closer to Dire's triangle. They're going to look to brute force up. It's not an easy place to be able to take a team fight here if you're Purple Paradox, and now the cogs will make it even more difficult for them to access the higher ground as Moody chucks out an ambitious global silence that provides him nothing.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what the point was of all that. You were not winning a team fight, and I mean, Seth for mine was the MVP of that little team fight, right? Pops the smoke, gets away without giving his life up, puts the vision through, prevents the escape from the Sven. Everything he did was just on point, so really nicely done, giving him that little bit of a window to pick up that next item. So now that you've got the Maelstrom, now that you've got level 12 on the Visage, as well as the drums, I feel like this is their timing. They got to go together. They've even got Diffusal coming out on the Courier right now. So it looks like they want to commit onto this tier 2 bottom, realizing that they probably don't feel confident enough to go Roche in the meantime, and there's nothing else that really Purple Paradox can get in the time that they're going to be able to take this tier 2 tower. And without the global, they're probably not going to be feeling confident enough to team fight either.
So it looks like Radiant just happy look to try and find whatever farm they can across the map. Both Sniper and the Ember infiltrating into Dire's top jungle. They might even try and put a little bit of damage into this tier 2 tower, at least get the wave. Maybe even go for a dive. Velky Targeting Sarah at the moment. Actually got a hook shot on forward towards the sniper. Looking to put him under the pump. Stopping a lot of the damage coming through so the supports can start to rotate. They've got the reinforcements now, but they're splitting their damage. Can they get on top of the sniper? 423 is going to try and move his bear to bring him down, and now they can just rip everyone else apart. Sniper goes, and everyone else too will be next on the
is waiting on the remnant.
Velky, it's a difficult call to make. What does he do? They get the root. And he won't even need to rend it away where Trill was already waiting for that jump.
They might start going into Roche Pit already. It's still a 10 seconds respawn on the Tusk, but they could certainly start the action happening with all of that lifesteal coming through from the Wraith Pact, from just the Lone Druid with the, God, what's that spell even called? Spirit Link coming through as well. No TP, unfortunately, for Ace, so he's not going to be able to get there, but they don't even need that damage. On the Dire side, being able to pick up that Roshan is a huge win.
That it is indeed. That might even look for top. They've got a really good ward behind the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, they placed it down at that time where I really thought that they should be going for that kill, and well, they found Sparko.
Poor Sparko, man. Tough life. It's going to reveal a couple members top, so maybe they can make a play mid. Remnant in.
That's a
with
much
the use of
better
the global
global
silence as well. It's going to be able to net them 2 kills with ease. But Dire, they still feel like they're strong enough to take the team fight. A 3-on-3. Trill's going to try and move through the tree line, getting on top of Velky, but the chains will hold him back. And Trill's going to be cautious. The sniper's damage from afar
No mana.
won't come through thanks to the Shadow Dance, so Trill can freely right-click the Sven.
You see the difference of a good global silence, particularly against a Lone Druid, right? If he doesn't get off that true form, very, very squishy. Just sitting at 1400 HP right now. And, well, until he hits that level 20, it's always going to be, it feels like, playing around that global silence, right? Once you hit level 20, you get the true form minus 50-second cooldown, and you basically have it up for all time except for 10 seconds. So the windows to be able to make kills is so much smaller. Still got the hook shot on Seth. They did want to go for it. Not sure if they saw how low he was on mana at the time, but seems like they're content enough just to keep the farm happening. Level 15 on the Visage. Scary timing, we both know.
You were mentioning earlier that you felt like this was a relatively decent sniper game. What does he need to get to where he feels comfortable to kind of maybe be that force that you were potentially expecting?
Well, they need to get the next couple of neutral items and hope that you got a Grove Bow, and then you just need to stay as far back inside your own base as possible and just use that crazy range to be able to peep them from afar.
Maybe the Ag Shard on Seme and the Wraith Pack as well is going to help out with just kind of beefing them up to help with the formation to then protect the sniper.
Even just, I mean, if Radiant are able to get second Roshan somehow, just having that concussive grenade is going to help him massively in these team fights.
He's already got that one repositioning with the Hurricane Pike, and then having that second one, of course, that we see a lot of value on in the grenade. Be really beneficial for the sniper, but what's the call?
The movement up top.
Oh, okay,
This
they are.
probably is a bait, though. Just wanting to sit behind the silencer, be ready at all times. Do they see the silencer right now? No, he's putting himself exactly... Oh, what? He's got those TPs.
Yeah, what a hook shot. Cancels them both. Of course he's going to go down, but now
This
the
push,
boys
though.
can start to TP in. They're going to be able to close the distance easily on top of the sniper. A 1-2 punch will bring him down. And now they can start to hunt down Moody in their own jungle as well. They'll just get a glimpse of the silencer looking to escape. And with shards up in a couple of seconds, there will be no way for Moody to be able to get some distance away. Easy block in and some easy stats for Trill to find.
Yoink. Just takes it away. Make sure to pop the snowball at the very end there. They were also able to take the tier 3 tower at the exact same time, right? That was the big thing that says Hookshot was able to interrupt that double TP back. I was mentioning the strength of the sniper, but you got to get yourself on that high ground and be defending that to be able to make that happen. So really good coordination coming through from Lilgun there. Now it means, of course, that you can't really afford to use that glyph on any of these outer towers, right? If you do, you run the risk of just having a full lane of racks being stolen away from you.
Sure, with the wraparound, might find Same. Oh, he actually gets a pounce instead. Onto Velky, another pounce available, but they need a little bit more extra chain control. However, Velky's out of mana, so we can't even Remnant away, and a late Global Silence won't protect the Ember, but he's going to look to buy back and jump in the middle.
Though.
A lot of damage getting funneled in. The Dire need to retreat away. Chill. He'll lose his first life. Dire, how can they set themselves up for round 2 though? Chill's only has 1 pounce charge to play with. He's going to be able to jump to the right side, and instead, now they're onto the sniper as well, as Chill made the space required for Set, along with 423 to find an angle into the middle. As 423 will continue to chase down the Sven, but he's unable to catch up, so needs to turn for the easy components. The Savage Roar will send them back, but the stun's still holding 423 into place. Now, when he's committed now, he needs to get the kills. There's no way he can escape. But the Mjolnir procs almost bring down multiple members. Finally, they'll deal with the bear. Will they? Okay, yeah.
Oh, I was like, Sabe, what are you doing? You're just running in there. You're going to die to the active on the Mjolnir. But, well, they still get away with a net worth lead on Lilgun's side, but kind of sloppy, right? You saw the threat of the sniper when he was standing inside the base, just peeping away at them. But as soon as he steps out of that safety, they're safe to just converge in onto him. That's why he needs that concussive grenade so badly. Even just a BKB, honestly. It's a great BKB game for Sniper right now. The Grave Chill won't be as effective at draining his attack speed. You won't have the battery assault to worry about, and the root and the leash coming through from the Lone Druid and the Slark is going to be much more negligible.
Maybe this is one item that can help them out through the team fights. Velky just completed a Aghanim Scepter here for the Ember Spirit.
Really need this this second Roche though on Purple Paradox, don't they? Just that free Aghanim Shard will do him wonders. He'd probably look to give Velky over the Aegis as well, just enable him to be playing again in on that front lines. He's been doing a pretty decent job of it, but again, like when you're going up against some lucky roots coming through and some really good positioning from the Slark, it means that without a BKB of your own, you're in a rough spot. I really want to see him pick that one up too. Kind of rare to see an Ember not have a BKB by this stage, don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
Or at least working towards it. Early as Aghanim Scepter though, 24 minutes.
Radiant's top tower.
Well, we'll see if the greed's going to pay off here for Velky. No BKB means it's a fine line for him to play in the team fights.
They know something's happening. They're sticking together on Lilgun.
Look at them run into the river. Instant pop and the instant jump on the sniper. He's out of formation. The Global Silence might be enough to keep him alive, as Chul is going to lock onto his target with another pounce, and they're able to bring him down with ease, but still, Radiant, the damage is starting to rack up. Another remnant to the high ground is Velky. Will easily close the distance to secure a triple kill, and once again, it's 4-2-3 against the world. He does have Ace that's going to be able to jump into the middle, providing the extra damage. And look at all the Mjolnir procs. 4-2-3, just chaining them down one by one. And now he's on to Velky next as well. No remnants to play with. Another route to hold him into place as 4-2-3 will reign supreme.
Yeah, the bear even dies at the very end, but that's fine. It was off cooldown the entire time. Just comes up at the perfect moment for him to get that resummon off. Again, Sniper just exploded as soon as he was able to be found out, and he is such a huge portion of the damage coming through right now. I am, again, stunned. Where's the BKB? That's what I want to see on this Purple Paradox roster right now. He had everything to enable him to fight there. The sidekick coming through, maxed out by Sparko on his Marcy, and it's still not enough.
Yeah. I wonder how different these fights could look if their formation was set up when they're using Global Silence. Because as soon as that ulti's come out, we've seen a couple times this game, like, there's been some pretty good Global Silences from Moody, and it's really put a lot of chaos into the middle of these team fights.
And, well, it's going to be even harder now with 11. He's level 18. We'll have the resummon on his familiars in about 30 seconds. Potential for Roshan to be up now, but 2 minutes away. But more importantly, he's already bought the Aghanim Shard, so not wanting to wait for that free one from Roshan if they're able to secure it. His survivability in these team fights means so much, providing the additional armor against this heavy physical damage build with the Assault Cuirass and the Ring of a Killer, and then of course the Wraith Pact and the drums just providing great auras as well.
You see how Dire is starting to play on the map as well. They're aware that Roche is that real next big objective across the map. They're going to look to try and hold this top jungle areas. Actually, Ser, with a vision on the high ground, is able to get the start with the hook shot. They need a couple more roots to lock him into place as Velky just gets the remnant away. Now the bear will be the sacrifice for that deep attempt.
Still only 10 or so seconds away, but they immediately want to make the push happen. They know that the bear was just resummoned.
Ser.
Who can they find?
Great positioning, pops the smoke, Seimei runs in, but can they follow up the clockwork? Is this really who you want to putting your attention onto? As Shrill's into the middle, trying to target down the Silencer at the moment. They'll turn to Sniper afterwards as a snowball down to the low ground even brings the clockwork through as well.
Trill.
But Trill pounces over with ease, and another fight successfully won for the boys on Dire, and now they can look to get some objectives.
Yeah, don't even need to wait for the Roshan when you've got all these objectives available to you. And again, with those tier 3s gone, this is the last glyph that they have for the entire game. You're not waiting for time, and I don't think Lilgun are a lineup that likes to wait around. They want to make action happen. They've got that armor corruption from the Visage. They've got the AC as well. These towers should melt.
Oh boy.
Why not? Backdoor, who cares?
Oh god. What? What? It's gonna fall in like 5 seconds. Someone do something.
Yeah, question mark is the right answer to that one, 11. And well, this is what happens when you just give them that little window, right? I was mentioning before Purple Paradox. They made a lot of those rotations happen. They got some clutch kills for sure, but the little kills that they got onto the clockwork, the tusk, they don't mean anything. They didn't stop this big death ball timing that was eventually going to happen, and it's a pre-30-minute. It wasn't even a GG. They just finished things up. Was there even a GG called? I don't know if there was.
At the very end, yeah, there was some nice little words and some GGs as well. But wow, I mean, I guess that's what happens when you got a lone druid Visage lineup and you win a couple team fights right in front of a base, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to give an MVP that game. I mean, 4-2-3 did amazingly in the laning stage. Granted, he had the lane to be able to do so. Ended up 15-2-8. I thought Trill was fantastic. His KDA doesn't really show it, but he was always on point for the exact target that he needed to prioritize, hitting people with the very tip of those Aghanim Scepter pounces. And even 2, 11, and 19, I don't care. That scoreboard means nothing. He always was in the right position at the right time to be able to pop smokes, to find the right target. It has to be between one of those 3 for mine.
Yeah, honestly, for me, I was even going to bring up the clockwork as well. I felt like he was, even though the KDA, I mean, we saw what he was able to do in some of the team fights, and that top T2 tower, the hook shot to cancel 2 TPs. Then when Radiant infiltrated Dire's triangle, where he got the the cogs on the left stairs, and then after that the bottom stairs just to hold the formation. Just some incredible team fight awareness from the clockwork and what he was able to do, and a big reason why they're able to take this game on in such convincing fashion. So
yeah. He took the most damage that game, so he was putting himself in the right position to be able to soak up a lot of the attention that Purple Paradox were wanting to put onto the cause. So I'm going to give it to Ser, honestly. Yeah. I think he played amazing that game.
Yeah, I'm happy with that as well. I'll give it a Ser. What a performance from him. What a performance from Lilgun. And they take this game on pretty convincingly here. And guys, keep in mind, this is a best of 3 elimination series as well. So one of these teams will be going home and, well...
Are you on the scoreboard screen right now?
I can be, yeah.
Can you look at Silence's build? I didn't realize this.
Yeah.
He's got 4 Wraith Bands.
Yeah, well, he did that in one of their other games, but he went Wraith Bands at like 45 minutes instead of this time. So it was a bit of a different look at we got at the sniper support, and unfortunately it didn't work out for Purple Paradox. But back to the drawing board for them. We'll see what they have in store, and we'll see what Lilgun have in store for us, if they're going to be able to 2-0 the series, or if we will be going to a game 3. We'll find out after the break.